Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Business Talks. I am your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's video, we're going to discuss Tiffany Henyard. She canceled the board meeting the day before yesterday. And yesterday, they decided to have the board meeting, and it was chaotic, to say the least. So we'll discuss that. Also, we have a judge that I want to talk about, a judge down in Atlanta that was arrested. And it's crazy. She's trying to say she was trying to help out, but I think she wasn't trying to help out. She was actually belligerent and drunk at the time of the incident. So she's asking the court, actually Fulton County, to overturn her charges, okay, to take back their charges or drop the charges. Anywho, we're going to discuss that. And then we're going to go to Oakland, California. Oakland, California mayor has actually was raided. Her house was raided, in a couple of other offices that she, I guess, works out of, were raided by the FBI. So we'll discuss that all today on another episode of Business Talk. So you guys stay tuned. Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. Something like this. Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. You guys put it in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. Please put in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. I see we have Stephen Neemley in the building. What is good? Indigo is in the building. Tiff arrested. Really? I didn't see that in the news. So, but maybe she is. Maybe I need to go on Facebook and look at it. I'm not for sure. Samuel Matthews, is always good to see you. Jenny, DB. It's good to see you. And let's see, K Hustle, what is good from Missouri? I'm sorry, I need my glasses, really. Copper Rain, it is good to see you. Jenny is from Texas, and Renee Diggs, New Jersey. Indigo, it's also good to see you. So you guys, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about these short stories first. Let's get to Oakland, California first before we get to Tiffany Henyard, because we have a lot to talk about. Tiffany Henyard and the judge that was arrested down in Atlanta. So this Oakland, California mayor, her name is Xiao Tang. Very Asian name, and they said her home was raided. Her home was raided yesterday morning, and they are still looking to see what are the FBI is trying to look for. What are they actually trying to charge her with? I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this mayor a few months ago. They are trying to recall this mayor because of the violence and the criminal activity that is going on in Oakland, California. So, but I guess the FBI is looking into her now. Don't know what they're looking for, but this is what was reported on the news earlier today.
Past 12 hours. This story has been developing all day and all over Oakland. Before dawn, FBI agents raided the Maiden Lane home of Mayor SHENG THAO. Other agents, including from the IRS, raided the Embarcadero offices of California Waste Solutions. The FBI also raided 2 homes on View Crest Court and Skyline Boulevard, linked to the Duong family, which runs California Waste Solutions, a major garbage vendor. We have team coverage from reporters spread out throughout Oakland to help you understand the the possible link between all of these people and places.
ABC 7 News reporter Cornell Bernard is at Oakland City Hall, where the council is meeting right now to discuss the political reaction to all of this. ABC 7 News reporter Ansar Hassan joins us live with a focus on the Duong family, talking trash and the power and the money that goes with it. But let's get started here with ABC 7 News I-Team reporter Dan Noyes.
Yes, he joins us here in studio to explain what we know so far, Dan.
Well, Amma and Dan, the FBI confirmed only that they carried out, quote, a court-authorized law enforcement activity at the mayor's home. But that was not the only stop for agents today. More than a dozen FBI agents emerged from Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao's house after 4 hours inside. They carried boxes, plastic tubs, and trash bags and left without comment. Witnesses heard a ruckus before 6 a.m. today.
About 6 o'clock this morning, I heard a male voice yelling to open the door, open the door.
Nina Medina happened to be staying in the neighborhood with friends. She's president of the National Latino Peace Officers Association, here for a meeting with the new Oakland police chief.
The federal government doesn't force or obtain warrants into one's residence without probable cause. And when it rises, in my experience, to the level of the federal government, you're talking about some significant issues.
Once the FBI left, I went to Tao's door to check.
Yeah, you're talking about significant issues. The FBI is not going to knock on your door if they don't know that you might have this information, and if they're looking at you for at either colluding in a crime or you have some type of dealings with some type of crime that they're looking for. Remember, now I talked about Oakland, California. Was it yesterday? We was talking about Juneteenth, how 4 people were end up being shot during a Juneteenth celebration. But if it's at nighttime, it's not a Juneteenth celebration. They're just having a party. Let's get that out in the clear. If they're saying, oh, this is a Juneteenth celebration and it's dark outside, no, it's just a party. Juneteenth celebrations usually happen during the day, and it's usually family oriented because it has nothing to do with you partying, getting drunk, playing, I guess, gangster rap music and twerking. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with gun violence. Nothing. But they made Oakland, I guess, an example of one of many examples, because it wasn't just Oakland, California that had a Juneteenth celebration that ended up violent. It was several other cities that had the same problem. But like I said, Xiao Tang, am I pronouncing her name right? Xiao Tang. She has, been in trouble for the longest because they're trying to recall her seat. They do not like her because of the violence. A lot of stores, mom and pop stores, have closed down because of the violence. And now the some of the business owners, remember I covered this story a few months ago. Some of the business owners, they have to they end up scheduling when they could be open, so they won't get robbed. Just imagine, oh, we're only going to open from 3 to 7 or 7 to 3 every day. Forget the nighttime business, so we won't get robbed. That's what they're going through in Oakland, California. So many businesses have shuttered their doors because of the violence in Oakland, California. And now you see she's facing a recall in November. Her detractors collected enough signatures to qualify for the ballot. Okay, so I guess they collected enough signatures for November. And it says just about the raid, it said they came at 9:30 in the morning. FBI agents were until 9:30. They came earlier than that. They were still at her home. And they said it's not clear what prompted the raid. But I could tell you it's probably some stuff that she's been doing, similar to what Tiffany Henyard, the problems that she's been doing. She's probably been awarding contracts to her friend without getting board approval. Over a certain amount of money has to get approval from the board, and maybe she hasn't been doing that. She's incompetent mayor. Because how can you let the citizens that voted you in, the taxpayer citizens voted you in, and let them suffer? Like, oh, well, who cares? Who cares about the crime? We're just going to do business or conduct business as normal. But they're not conducting business as normal. They had to shut their doors down. Mayor Sheng THAO, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. And some of them, the Oakland NAACP is also calls for the mayor Sheng THAO to resign after FBI raid. It says the city of Oakland has a cloud hanging over it. The world watched as Oakland Mayor Sheng THAO home was raided by the FBI. While the public should refrain from rush to judgment, the leadership NAACP and its members are calling for Mayor Sheng THAO to resign. How many times are they going to put this Sheng THAO in there, or her name in there? Immediately as spare the city from the cost of recall. Okay, and on Tuesday, the Register of Voters confirmed that the efforts to recall THAO had enough signatures to appear on the November ballot. The petition has 40,000 signatures, which easily clears the 25,000 signatures they need to recall the election. And it says Oaklanders deserves a mayor who is not distracted, fully committed, and able to lead the city. Clearly, the mayor THAO cannot focus on the needs of the residents of Oakland while she addresses. She's not going to resign, I can tell you that. While she addresses the major challenges posed by the FBI raid investigation. And they're saying they're facing a massive budget deficit and because of the local businesses are closing. Well, you're not able to collect taxes if the business are closed. Some cities charge business taxes, whatever municipality you conduct business in. And if they have a storefront, hey, if I have to close my store down, I might as well. Why would I pay taxes? And matter of fact, I covered this one guy. He was a shoe store owner. He said he had his stuff broken into like 3 times in the span of 5 or 6 months. And he kept on reopening, hopefully, or hoping to get a different result. You guys, put in the chat, let me know what you think. I think it's horrible. I really think it's horrible that you are a business owner and you are in the city and you got to worry about a person coming in to rob you, and the police and the mayor don't give you support. The police won't come to your rescue. And matter of fact, in California, if you actually try to apprehend the suspect, or if the suspect get injured while they're possibly inflicting harm on you or try robbing you, you could face charges. You could face criminal charges. This is in California. And I always, I've talked about this before. I think California, those are one of the states that probably will need to be excommunicated from the country of US, because they're just horrible. They're horrible over in California. And I feel sorry for people that lives in California. Maybe it's not like in all areas or in all cities, but the major cities seems like they're suffering really, really bad. Okay, and since the pandemic, you know. Anyway, K Hustle says budget deficit was before the stores started closing. Okay, good to know. Carolyn Cruz, I wonder what else will come about. Seriously, what is next? I think in Cali, a person can steal up to $1,000 with no consequences. Yeah, they don't have a what is called no bond, I guess thing. It's a no bond. You could steal up to $1,000. Well, that's good. I could steal up to $1,000. I made a joke about it. I'm gonna get a bunch of my friends, get a U-Haul truck, and go get 10 people. 20 people. 20 people, y'all still steal $1,000 worth of stuff, and we just come back and sell it. You're not gonna get convicted. They probably won't find you. They can't arrest you. So why wouldn't you? If you have a stealing ring, California is the best place to be, and you could sell it in some other state. You don't have to live in California. You could just go across the line, steal, and come back or where you, and do that almost every day. You could do it every day. You can clean up. If you steal $1,000 a day, 365 days a year, you are cleaning up. Literally, you're cleaning up. Anyway, I'm making a joke about it. Don't actually do that. LAPD is horrible. And Samuel Matthews says, excuse me, it's 1,200. 1,200 in Massachusetts. I got something in my throat. Okay, my bad. We're going to get to Judge Peterson. Now, Judge Peterson, now you tell me, you guys be the judge of this. Before I started looking into her, I was like, why is she lying? That's what I said. Why is she lying? Why the hell is Judge Peterson lying? Lying about, she talking about, oh, I was trying to help out. No, you wasn't. You was actually fighting people. It says Douglas County judge arrested helping woman being attacked, lawyer says. This is what her lawyer says. Of course, you got to say that. Judge Peterson, wait till I tell you about Judge Peterson. We shouldn't even be calling her judge, actually. She's not really a judge. She's not a judge. They took her judgeship away from her. They saying the Douglas County Pro Board judge refutes felony charges.
The attorney asking that Fonnie Willis Thursday. Atlanta police charged Douglas County Judge Christina Peterson with felony obstruction and simple battery of a police officer after the incident at the Red Martini Restaurant and Lounge in Buckhead. Now, eyewitnesses say Peterson is innocent. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live for us, where supporters held a news conference. Deidre, they are calling her a good Samaritan for this. That's right. They consider her, Eric, a hero. Now, they say that she rushed to help a woman who was being viciously attacked outside that lounge early Thursday morning. They say she should have never been charged.
Someone was arrested for simply helping my friend.
Douglas County Probate Court Judge Christina Peterson wiped away tears as witnesses came to her defense. She was booked into the Fulton County Jail, charged with felony obstruction and simple battery of a police officer, following her arrest at the Red Martini Restaurant and Lounge in Buckhead Thursday morning. This is video one of the witnesses recorded of Peterson on the ground being detained by officers. A preliminary police report obtained by Fox 5 says she, quote, appeared to be under the influence when she hit an Atlanta police officer over the head.
I see this person just flying by me, and I didn't know who she was, but I just know she helped my friend, and if she hadn't helped, I don't know what we would be saying today.
Witnesses Madison Shannon Kelly and Alexandria Love insist the judge did nothing wrong. They say Judge Peterson tried to defend Love from a vicious attack after an unidentified man accused her of cutting in front of him in a food truck line.
You fighting over food? Number one, I'm a judge. Well, number one, I'm a lady. Okay. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to fight. No, especially if men is around, I'd be like, hey, help her. Help. Help. Excuse me, man. Excuse me, sir. Can you help? I'm not gonna fight a man. This is just like, I'm a lady, number one. And number two, you're a damn judge. Allegedly. We could say allegedly. This lady is a alleged judge. Come on now. You guys believe this story? I was trying to help my friend because she was getting beat up by a man that said cut the line in the food truck. What kind of people are you hanging around that the man want to beat up a lady because he said, woman, you cut the line in front of me, I'm hungry. Like, what is going on? What kind of people are you hanging around with? A man doesn't, chivalry is dead. He said, okay, nobody could cut in front of me because I'm that hungry. And y'all outside of the club. Really? The man caused the incident. Do you guys actually believe this? You outside in a club or outside from the club. I'm just assuming you're going to have your club wear on. And then if everybody's inebriated, men is going to be talking stuff to you. Say, hey, baby, how you doing? Yeah, you want me to buy your food? Y'all ain't never had that before? You mean to tell me this man said, bitch, why you cutting my line? And he beat you up. And you came over like, don't be beat my friend up. Because she cut the food line. This doesn't even make any sense. I know I use the B word, but come on. You out in the club, so they're going to use the B word. If something happened, we're not getting the full story. We're not getting the full story. I mean, some people, they tell the story like we have it, like they don't have regular people watching this story and like, why they lie like this? Why they lie? But this is what she said. This is what she said. She just bold-faced lied to the public. Like we don't have the wherewithal and we never been to no club before.
And then began assaulting her.
He viciously attacked me, fist force, punched me in my face. And she was the only one.
He viciously? That's why I definitely don't believe her. Because you can't even pronounce viciously. Come on now. He viciously. Like, really? Come on. You couldn't go over your spiel and said, you got to use the word viciously. And she didn't use it right. So now I really don't believe you. Just say the man attacked me. The man attacked me and she was the only one that came to my defense. I'm not trying to discredit that a man can't attack a person just randomly. But you're telling me this man got so mad he attacked you because you cut him in the food line outside of the club.
They helped me.
Before her arrest, Peterson had been expecting a decision this month from the Georgia Supreme Court on whether to remove her from office after a Judicial Qualifications Commission panel found her guilty of systemic incompetence. The judge is finishing up her term after losing her re-election bid. Her supporters insist Peterson accidentally hit the officer and should never have been charged. Her attorney is demanding to see the video from Red Martini, neighboring businesses, and footage from police body cameras.
Based on the eyewitness testimony and the female victim, we believe the videos will confirm that Judge Peterson should not have been arrested.
Now, Peterson's attorney says that man who attacked Love left the scene. He has not been identified. They are also looking for that man. They say he should face charges. They also want all charges against Peterson dropped. The attorney asking that DA Fani Willis
actually handle this case herself and dismiss all charges.
No, Fonnie Willis, she is going to say no to this. She's already in the light. She's already, you're not about to bring no drunk shit. I mean, we already had a love affair. I already caused this office enough pain. We're not going to bring alleged judge problems into our space either. And you want me to personally handle this? Come on now. That's not what I do. Let me tell you why I keep on calling Peterson. Her name is Christina Peterson, alleged judge. Alleged judge. It says panel Douglas judge guilty of systemic. I'm sorry. I'm bad vocabulary is morphing in. Every time I listen to Tiffany Henyard and all these other people, my vocabulary is dumbing down. But systemic incompetence, okay? This is her with the wig on. That picture that we saw earlier, let me just show you this.
Charges in Southwest Atlanta.
Let me just rewind
Fox 5
it.
News.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting what the police body camera.
They say Judge Peterson tried to defend love from a vicious
This is her.
officer over the head.
I see this person just flying by.
Police report obtained by
This is her when they picking her up. No, I want to go back a little bit. When they picking her up, she don't got her wig on. She don't have her wig on. This is the judge that they picking her up. They picking her up off of the floor. She doesn't have her wig on. Now this is what she's supposed to look like. This is Judge Christina. Panel. It says Douglas judge guilty of systemic incompetence. They decided to remove her. This was a unanimous decision on April the 1st. Unanimous decision on April the 1st. They decided to remove her. It says she must go. That's the unanimous recommendation from the hearing panel investigation on Douglas County probate judge Christina Peterson. The first time judge has also been subject of several Fox 5 I-team investigations since she took office in late 2020. Okay. It says the 3-panel member of the Judicial Qualification Commissions decided Peterson is guilty of systemic incompetence because she ignored courthouse rules, abused courthouse personnel, made inappropriate posts on social media, and in repeated cases failed to do her job. The extraordinary decision to remove Peterson follows 4 separate hearings starting in September the 23rd, where Peterson had a chance to testify and confront her accuser. She faced 30 counts of misconduct. 30 counts of misconduct. This is unreal. The one that troubled the panel, the most involved, Peterson decision to jail a woman. Now peep this. This is wow. This will really blow your mind. She jailed a lady because she wanted to change her marriage license after she found her birth parents. She wanted to change her name to her real name. And she said trying to amend her marriage certificate to include the real name of her recently discovered father. This is the lady. And she wanted to amend it. PJ Skelton served 2 days of a 20-day jail sentence for contempt before her husband could pay a $500 fine. Hey, Judge, I want to amend my license or my marriage license. And I guess you asked her a question, why you want to amend it? Oh, I recently found my father. Maybe she had a problem that she found her father. Why you want to amend your name to your father and you don't even know him? Maybe that's, I'm not for sure. I'm making this up. But why you, so, you know, they went back and forth. And I guess she didn't get the right answer. So she held her in contempt. And she sentenced her to 20 days in jail for a marriage license. Like, what the hell? The lady was like, I wasn't even supposed to come. I just wanted to change my name. I'm getting jailed for changing my name. Like, I'm not lying about my name. What are you talking about? You think I lied about, well, maybe she thought, oh, you was lying about your name. Maybe she thought that was the problem. The report criticized Peterson's attempt at a neighborhood meeting to get her HOA to settle a lawsuit she filed, even though she knew the HOA was represented by attorney. So she is using her privilege wrong. I guess this is her crying. Let me see if it's played. Okay, there we go.
That is the unanimous recommendation from a hearing panel investigating Douglas County probate judge Christina Peterson. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. The first-time judge has also been the subject of several Fox 5 I-Team investigations. Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis says the extraordinary ruling follows years of questionable decisions from this judge. Randy.
That's right, Courtney and Russ. Judge Peterson became a magnet of controversy from the moment she was sworn in for what is typically a non-controversial job. The hearing panel for the Judicial Qualifications Commission decided the probate judge's actions prove she is guilty of, quote, systemic incompetence.
Judge, you want to take a break?
Christina Peterson did not do herself any favors during 7 days of hearings beginning last September. The JQC hearing panel's report criticized her for not taking any responsibility for the 30 counts of judicial misconduct lodged against her.
I just don't have a memories of my dad. I don't know who he is.
The most troubling, wrote the panel, Peterson's decision to jail this woman for trying to amend her marriage certificate to include the real name of her recently discovered father.
Did you go to this hearing with any idea that you may be going to jail?
No.
PJ Skelton served 2 days of a 20-day jail sentence for contempt before her husband could pay a $500 fine. Such a hasty and shockingly disproportionate reaction is the hallmark of Peterson's intemperance, wrote the panel. The report criticized Peterson's attempt at this meeting to get her HOA board to settle a lawsuit she had filed, even though she knew the HOA was represented by an attorney. Peterson's attempts to avoid responsibility for these clear violations bordered on the farcical, severely eroding her credibility with the hearing panel.
You cannot go in this building, and eventually she went in.
The sheriff's office said Peterson ignored their orders and held a wedding after hours, allowing people inside without deputies present. She once hit a panic button when a deputy was late escorting her to court, causing a temporary panic among security. And when county staff criticized her actions, it quickly triggers allegations of obstructionism or even racism. These communications and actions reveal a judge who publicly vilifies colleagues, is quick to threaten them with unnecessary legal action, and generally projects a spiteful and vainglorious persona.
I'm the first African-American female and Democrat. Yes. I was never celebrated or congratulated. On my day of swearing in, I was sworn in by Judge Emerson. I received my first JQC complaint.
Peterson's main defense was her inexperience as a judge, a problem she promised has been addressed through additional training. But the panel was not buying it.
I have a problem with this. You're saying because you're a Black female and African-American and African-American female and a Democrat. That's what she says. She's a Democrat first in the area. But isn't this an elected position? Isn't her seat elected or appointed? So, but if it was appointed, that's even worse because they appointed you. But if it's elected, the people elected you. So isn't Democrat throughout that area? Douglas County, where's Douglas County at? Yeah, it's not too far away from Atlanta. I guess it would be a suburb. I don't know if you call it Douglas County, right? Is it Douglas? But anyway, so what are you saying here? Because you were black and you're a Democrat and you're a woman. That's the problem. But what about all this other stuff? Screaming at people, hitting a panic button because you didn't think the guard came fast enough to escort you to your office. You came into the court building without any sheriffs being present, and they said you couldn't come in. What about that? What about the guy or the police officer you hit? What about the woman that you jailed because she wanted to change her name? That's really wild. What about the HOA or the subdivision you live in, and you filed a lawsuit and you threatened them to settle so you could drop the suit, even though you knew that they were represented by attorney? That you probably should have been brought on charges for that. But come on now. So all these other people are making false allegations towards you, and you're a victim of racism. And looks like the police officer that arrested you and the sheriff that was responsible for the courthouse, these are black individuals. So are they being racist too? Or because you're a woman?
Yes. The report also cited multiple examples of failure to actually do her job, needlessly delaying petitions before her office. The hearing panel said Peterson was guilty of systemic incompetence. Judges are expected to act in a manner that promoted the integrity and impartiality of the judiciary. Respondent has shown that she cannot or will not do so, and so she must go.
Peterson has 20 business days to file exceptions to this report with the Georgia Supreme Court. They're the ones who will ultimately decide whether to follow the recommendation to remove her from office. Her attorney, Lester Tate, told me they disagree with the recommendation and will take this to, quote, the next level. And by the way, remember the HOA situation? Yeah. Well, they got a judgment against her, and they're now garnishing her judicial wages, $43,000.
What?
And you told us before that she was making a considerable amount of money for a probate judge. She still is doing that. She still has the job, right? Still the paycheck and still in office. It'll take maybe a month or two before the Supreme Court will rule on this. There's an election next month. She has opposition.
Yeah, well, there's such a long list of complaints against her. This is a big development, Randy.
It's extraordinary, Courtney. Usually this does not happen with the JQC.
Wow. All right, I'm sure we'll keep following it. Thanks, Randy.
Thanks, Randy. Okay.
I'm trying to look up her salary. She's paid, her salary is $127,000 a year, plus it includes $36,000 a supplement to the state. So she's a little bit over $160,000 a year. Yeah, we should FOIA the body cam. Kay Hustle said FOIA the body cam. I think we should. I'm going to work on that. Let's see what she's talking about. We're going to FOIA the body cam. Usually, I'm not for sure if it's in Georgia. They have a website that you could just get police body cam. You don't even have to FOIA it. They just upload it in the system. I know Chicago's like that. I think you're able to look up the body cam, but you gotta know the officer's number. Anyway, do you guys believe this whole incident? Before I get on to the next story, Do you believe this whole incident that she was actually helping her friend from being attacked? I don't believe it. Not one bit. She's a tyrant, and she's incompetent. I wouldn't even say she's incompetent. She probably one of those people that she received a taste of power, a little inkling of power, and just went crazy. She's a tyrant. Just like our girl, our favorite person that we're going to talk about next. You guys put it in chat. Let me know what you think. Our favorite person that we're going to talk about next. We got to give a shout out to Reality Check TV. If you guys don't follow him, follow his channel. He was at the board meeting last night, and he got some very good footage. And he stayed the whole entire time, I believe. I had it on two times the speed because I wasn't trying to sit and listen to all this. Let me see if I could find my spot. Keith Price ended up, that's where I'm going to start at. Keith Price, let me share this tab. Keith Price and her ex-boyfriend, what is it, Michael? I think his name is Michael Smith. Michael Smith was there to show love for Tiffany. They're always, standing up for Tiffany because that's their girl. Okay. That's where we're going to start this video out at.
Residents here that participate in those programs.
My bad. It's still on 2 speed, 2 times the speed.
Talk about grass cutting. I've seen the young people like
they get into this whole thing about the grass cutting. Gonzalez don't want to pay the bill because they said it's supposed to be for the children. And then they have these contracts, I guess, with a guy that was cutting the grass, and he's actually there. And so Gonzalez and the girl that gave an apology, Carlisle, she gave this apology the night before. She seconded the motion saying they didn't want to pay several bills that was on the warrant list.
young people not cutting grass, young people are cutting grass. What I'm saying is, leave your Dalton fight in Dalton. This is Thornton Township. We never had these meetings like this ever before. And I'm sure Trustee Jerry Jones will communicate today. We never had this really before. We never had that before. This is the government that was functioning, that was running. And I want to commend those trustees for the work that you're doing to better our township. I want to commend you for that. Job well done. Job well done.
All right, next,
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to say I appreciate seeing everyone here. I wish that we could stay on topic of township business while we're here. A lot of what I've heard is Dalton. A lot of the residents that I see are from Dalton.
We live in a township. You say that like we can't be here.
I didn't say anything about you spoke. So what I'm saying is, when you come to the Dalton meetings, please handle the Dalton meetings over there. When we're here at the township, please conduct township business. That's all. Y'all fighting Dalton should not be spilling over here. The lawn care, most of the children that we send for testing with the lawn care don't pass the drug test. Most of them don't pass the drug test. So there are children. Hey, look, there's no sense of talking because y'all hearts are so hard and y'all won't even see or listen. But we had a lot of children. We have children working from 16 to 24 health. Not at all.
This lady in the front, she was like, no, because my daughter applied and she worked for the police department now, or I work for the police department. And I know she don't smoke weed. That's something she said. Like, so why she didn't get a job? So they're going to go back and forth about this.
So the work that you guys are doing is it was not over here. This brouhaha was not over here. Over here, everything had been running well until certain people got moved around. So whatever y'all are here for, whatever y'all problems are, let's handle Thornton Township business. These trustees have been doing what they're supposed to do. You all are threatening them. You all are bullying them. You say stand up and do what's right. I've been waiting for.
Keith Price, you just shut up. You can't even stand up. You talking about stand up doers. You ain't even standing up because you too big. He too big to stand up. You see, that's why he's leaning over.
I've asked multiple trustees, what is it you're looking for? Is it something that needs to be fixed? We've tried to get in touch with trustees. They're not answering phones. There's so much stuff going on, but in Dalton, you all should just keep the Dalton mess over there, because over here at Thornton Township, the numbers are up, regardless of what y'all trying to say.
Township why is he keep on saying the numbers are up like they're in a business or something, like they actually make money? No, the numbers are you collect money from the taxes of the residents, and then also you get grants. So what are you talking about? The numbers are up. You're spending money. That's why the FBI is looking into you guys. You're spending money in Thornton Township just as much as you're spending in the Dalton Village.
So if you all think that Robert would jeopardize his professional livelihood and give y'all fake numbers, that's absurd. We gave you all you came here. Look, I've been real respectful to everybody, and I try to always do that. But listen, you all came here, you wanted papers. They gave you graphs. They gave you printouts. They gave you everything that you all wanted, and you still aren't satisfied. So, hey, y'all have. She don't have to. She don't have to. But the way that I see my elders act, it hurts. And some of y'all might understand that, and others won't. But it hurts.
And you was part of that.
What about that? I'm hurt now. I'm hurt now. So what? The other lady already said it.
Guys, so we want to conduct our business here and do our board meeting. You guys, each other go back and forth. We cannot conduct our business. So we want to proceed with our board meeting.
I just wanted to question Chairman.
You hear that lady? She said, get your FA out of here. Shut the F up. That's what she said to him.
All right, so is there a motion to approve? Is there a motion to
Hey,
Go ahead, trustee.
Okay, thank you. Under reports and presentations, I just have something that I have to say. I'm gonna talk, but I'm gonna please, I'm gonna ask everyone. I'll sit here and I'll listen to everyone. I would really appreciate being able to have an opportunity to speak. First of all, God's grace and mercy is here for everyone. And I trust in God. And I thank God for allowing us to be here. I know there's a lot of acrimony. People upset about various things. I've heard on both sides. We are here for the township business tonight. And I'd appreciate the opportunity to do that. But as it relates to having something to say, yesterday, something very difficult happened to me. And it was a real violation towards me. and it's as it relates to this township. I want to first say that God allows everyone an opportunity to move forward in life. Take advantage of what's allowed to you. With that being said, I want to say to the supervisor, I want to say to this board, I want to express my apologies for what happened. I also want to say that at the last meeting, which was the budget hearing, which also was a board meeting afterwards, I stated that there was a report made and things were said as it relates to trips that were, a trip that happened. And I stated that restitution needs to be done. But I'm here today to say that I was asked to go on conferences last year, and I went on conferences and I learned things at those conferences. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I'm saying this to the finance director right now tonight. If there was anything inappropriate on anything that I did, I want an accounting to be made. And I want it to be presented to me, and I will also make restitution. Because it needs to be known by everyone here that we are here for this township. We're here for these residents, but we're here for the residents that want the right things done as well. We're here for the residents that want the right things done. I'm not here for any hollering, screaming, arguing. I'm not here. I could be going for that. I mean, because we need to, and somebody said it, I think it was a young lady right here, but we have people that look up to us. So to come here and create a ruckus, okay, people are unhappy. I understand that. You know, I have unhappiness as well, but there's a right and a wrong way, and there's a corner that needs to be done. So if you're unhappy, express it, but please, let's try to do the things that we need to in order. This township has management staff, employees. They have a board that we really care. We do care. Things have happened, and I will say this. There's some things that I'm totally ashamed of, okay? But God's grace and mercy allows us an opportunity to do better.
Not when the FBI steps in. There is no more God and grace and mercy. I mean, God and grace and mercy if you didn't get caught, okay? But now the FBI have stepped in and you missed that opportunity. That window of opportunity is gone. When your residents were pleading to you saying, no, we need to do it this way. No, you shouldn't be dedicating money to your personal charity. No, we shouldn't cut off other, organizations because they want to host the event the same day you want to host the event. And you didn't listen to them because you're the queen. You're the super mayor. And this guy, what is this guy's name? You guys put it in chat. It slips my mind. I was reading posts about him earlier. But he acts like Tiffany Henyard hasn't had the chance to straighten, get her wheels going in the right direction in the last 2 years. You had 2 years to straighten up, but you said no. You're the queen. You said after residents, I want to do whatever the hell I want to do. So God's grace and mercy is no longer available to you. You have to pray for God's grace and mercy through the FBI to make sure you don't get, or to pray that you don't get any charges, you personally. But I see a lot of people that's still on Tiffany's, riding Tiffany's shoulder or coattail. They're going to be in trouble. You see her boyfriend over here, Kamal, Keith Price, he's over here. Don't pray for me no more, whatever. That guy, the minister. All these people that's ride to die Tiffany, they're going to be ride to die to jail. And K Hustle said it brilliantly. When you have social programs, it's easier to steal money from. It's easier to steal money, hide the money, and grease people's palms. Let me find the quote. I believe that's what he was saying. Yeah. Social programs make it easy to grease palms. And that is so true. You have nothing but social programs in Thornton Township. That's why Tiffany Henyard thought it was okay. And she probably thought nobody was going to catch it to pay herself $10,000 for the CARES Foundation until Stephanie Weidman called her out. She was like, oh, this doesn't look right. Why are you paying yourself, your own foundation, $10,000 when it wasn't approved by the board?
But we can only have that opportunity if it's allowed. Okay, so I just wanted to say that we, as trustees and the supervisor, we have to get things in order. I've said it before. I've heard from people that have said that. So that opportunity is something that we're asking for, that we're not going to squander. I'm not going to squander. I'm making it well known. I'm not going to squander any opportunity I'm given. Okay, and I'd appreciate that being afforded to us. A very wise person said something to me yesterday. And they said to me, do the right thing. And they also said, when you're in doubt, you know what you do? You do the right thing. We're going down that path. Please pray for us, but we have everyone's best intentions at heart at this time. We're moving forward.
Shut the hell up, dude. You don't have to be wise to say do the right thing. I tell my kids that 8 and 10, do the right thing. And they repeat it. Oh, I'm going to do the right thing. You don't have to be wise. You just have to have a little bit, just a smidgen of common sense. Oh, I'm going to do the right thing because I know if I do this, every action is going to cause a reaction. And you're a grown person. You should have been doing the right thing from jump. What are you talking about? A very wise person. You needed a very wise person to tell you to do the right thing. Anyway, I want to fast forward. I don't know if this is the guy or what.
To the supervisor, trustees. You called one of my vendors on the list, Jeffrey Evers. Jeffrey Evers does the lawn on Calumet City. The individual.
There's a lot of vendors here. Okay, a lot of vendors here. I guess if the board wants to ask them questions, they're able to ask the question. What's really concerning to me is Tiffany acts as if she doesn't know the process. This woman served on a board of trustees for 8 years, but she is fussing at them, the other board of trustees, like they don't know the process. Now, granted, maybe they're being petty about some of the bills because they said $100 bills, some $200 bills. But if you have an approved vendor or a contractor that's doing services and it racks up, and there is ongoing services, usually you have to have board approval for the contract. And they tried to ask this lady this, even the vendor, she does the taping or whatever, or the video stuff. And she wouldn't answer that. And of course, she's not going to answer it because somebody, probably Keith Freeman or Tiffany Henyard, personally called her up like, oh no, we want you to start filming the stuff for the township. Everywhere Tiffany go, we want you to show up so you could put it on social media. And they just put it on her page. So she should literally be paying it out of her pocket. And as he's talking about the lawnmower, The lawnmower services where the kids, they were fussing about that the last meeting, where the kids are supposed to hire the kids for the summer jobs. And this guy, I guess his corporation is not in good standing. Somebody looked it up and they said it's not in good standing. And he's mad, and he's going to get mad about, well, wouldn't you pay? How often you get paid? Wouldn't you get paid? But it's like you're telling people to pay you, and you're not on you didn't get approved from the board. I just want to fast forward to that part. Oh, you know what? I think I want to get on this.
Telling things and not telling the full truth of the why not. That is the reason why. So we have residents, meaning seniors, that we cut their lungs, they depend on us no matter what. We have to get the job done. We can't say, well, ma'am, we don't have enough kids to cut your lungs today. We have to still show up and show out and give them the service that they paid for. So that's one of the reasons why we have lawn care services. And this is not to take away from any kids. All the kids still work here. They do want to work here under the lawn care. Stan Brown is going to tell you about that. We have maybe, I think 10 or 15 kids that cut the grass currently. So now, you know, we are bigger than that. We over 17 municipalities, 17 different cities. So with that being said, we need help, guys. So that's the reason for the contractors. But I really appreciate it when people come in here and you vote down someone's bill that actually did the work for Thornton Township. Because Thornton Township have money, and we have millions in the bank account, which Trustee Jerry Jones knows. I'm gonna let the finance director speak to that. So there's no need or no reason to not pay people. And y'all took out a lot of staff. They in line to talk about fair bills, but you shouldn't do that. Y'all should get clarity before you come to a board meeting and make rash decisions when they do the work for the entire month. He only comes to the meeting once a month. Once a month, you make a big decision for somebody's livelihood, and that's not fair to them. So go ahead, Sam.
Well, I have a few more comments based on that. Trustee Carla.
Hold on.
No, this is a board, so he can wait. Okay, so he can wait.
No, he's not going to come on, trustee, stop.
Well, first of all, you didn't answer. Well, he can talk in a minute. This pertains to what we're talking about right now. First of all, you didn't answer Trustee Carla's question.
I did answer her question.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I
You
did.
went round and round.
I did
You
not
didn't
go
answer.
round and round.
Second of all, maybe if it was better planning, you're acting
Trustee,
like
you don't have the floor.
you're acting
Now
like
you
this
see
is.
why residents act that way. When you ain't got the floor, you
Like
do
this
go around
is-
the room.
you have to make decisions today.
If I don't give you the
These
floor,
are
you
things
can't
that should have been
speak.
discussed months ago, just
Trustee,
because you
trustee,
take your
trustee,
everything
you
to the last
don't
minute
have the
and
floor.
then bring something before us.
Stand around, go
We need to
ahead.
do better planning.
Trustee, you had that back this Friday. You had that back this Friday, so stop. Don't go ahead and say it. We had this Friday. We didn't have a meeting on Tuesday. Wait a minute, today is Thursday. And you didn't ask one question, trustee. One question.
We're talking about grass cutting.
So anyway,
Poor management. Poor management. And you know what? There's one common denominator between here and Dalton, and it's you.
That's the problem. You want to talk about that?
And it's you.
All right, trustee, you out of line. Go ahead. Stand around. You have the floor. Stand around. You have the floor. Stand around. You have the floor.
I don't have a problem with what trustee Donovan has to say, because maybe something else is relevant, but I need to elaborate on. So be something specific on this here on the round.
We really can't hear you.
You want to do something about the landscaping?
Yes.
I like to hear it, so I can know what. If you don't mind, man, I like
Because it
to
wasn't.
hear
He wasn't talking about it.
been-
We went around it.
Some of this could have been planned a few months back. We're in June and we're still talking about this. And I think one of the problems why we pulled some of the stuff out of this is because we haven't voted on it yet, but yet we're paying these people.
We haven't paid the people. What are you talking
We're asking
about?
them to be paid today, and we haven't even voted on any of this. That's the problem.
Right, so, okay, hold on, because you don't, I want to mix people up with what you're saying. The way it works is they come on this list, a check get cut the next day. We haven't paid nobody. Nobody. So you just said that we paid people. We did not pay anybody.
Tiffany, stop acting like you stupid. Do you know how the process works? Before they could do the work, they got to vote on it to do the work. Stop acting stupid, Tiffany. Shit, doesn't even make any sense. Tiffany just trying to act like, oh, we didn't even pay the people yet. We know we didn't pay the people yet, and they shouldn't have did the work because we didn't vote on this. Stop making stuff up. And they go look, they gonna go back and forth. How much? Oh, we saving money to do with the contractor. Now I thought you was doing it for the kids. I thought you cared about the kids. F the kids now. And now he was trying to find out how much they was paying the kids. And they can't tell you that. Some people said it was $8 an hour and others was $12 an hour. They don't even know what the hell is going on. And Tiffany was like, oh, didn't you read the budget? Like, no, we didn't even approve this on the budget. You just put it on there. This is not approved.
The right stuff up here. We have not paid nobody. It's on this list to get paid. That's why people are poor. Correct. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie. Have your trustee got out? Straight? Okay, the thing to that is the program starts the first week of May. And just what happened to the high school kids, which information goes out to 215, that's TF North, TF South, 205, Thornridge, and Thornwood. And any other high school kid that may go to school in the city is for Thornton Township youth that's in high school. So we get a lot of information out, without a doubt.
That's it?
Information's out there.
Y'all don't send it to the house?
So the thing of it is, we get a lot of youth that still apply for the program, but May is real tough because students basically doesn't get out until like the first, second week of June. So May, we do need assistance, and it's been like that since I've been here, going on my 10th year, and that's where the program has always reigned. Now I'm looking at, I don't know what's gonna happen next year. It'd be good if the program is pushed back to June, because April we got grass, May we have a lot of grass. So the youth is not out right at that time. I did make a plea at one of the meetings about not having a lot of youth. That's why I was pleading at that time, because April and May the grass is still growing. Now residents was able to get their grass cut until our time to come, it wouldn't be so bad. But if, as you individuals out there, you see how the grass is growing. We've been blessed with some good green grass, a lot of good rain. Thank you, Lord, for that. So we've been getting a lot of high grass. So me and you, someone had a conversation on that, Gonzalez, that we can relate to the grass, because we talk real strong about that. But the contractors basically takes the pressure off of us for that April and May until the kids get out of here. Because for the most part, this year, real strong, the majority of these youngsters are inexperienced. But a lot of them ain't able to cut, and it's been a plus. What I have got with some of the contractors on, they helping assist with some of the youth working with them because they're professionals. So that's a good thing out of utilizing some of these contractors. The contractors not taking any work from these youth. We got real youth this year, real youth, and they let you know it. It's been a task
But which is it? You don't have the youth available. The youth is on drugs. I'm confused. I'm confused. I could see April and May, you don't have the youth because they're still in school. But what about the weekends? They can't cut grass on the weekends? And then somebody's going to say, oh, we don't have enough manpower for it, because if we do have the youth, we don't have enough manpower to drive the youth around because they need, I guess, most of them don't have a license or operator's permit. So if they keep on going round and round in circles of why they don't have the youth, but then you say you do have the youth, it's just a bunch of crap. I don't understand how somebody could just sit here and listen to this. I'm trying to fast forward to the part where Stan Brown sits down. Where Stan Brown sits down.
Okay, Stan Brown, go ahead.
The part we just missed, Tiffany made an exclamation saying, oh, or she proclaimed, oh, we're saving money with this contractor. And they basically, it's about the same amount. She claimed that the kids was getting $5,000 checks for cutting grass. That's what she said. They were getting $5,000 checks. Anyway, like we was born yesterday. Come on, cutting grass, and you paying them, even if you were paying them $15 an hour.
You want to know your per cut amount? And it's in the paper.
How much do Raul get paid per cut?
I mean, all of them, everybody. It ain't just that one person. All of them.
I'm sorry.
Same amount. What is it per cut?
35 a cut. And we looking at within that $35 a cut, we're looking at they have to get gas for their vehicles, gas for the lawnmowers, gas for the weed whacker. Or they got to maintenance everything. Our youth, when we got three in the crew, that's $44 to spend right there. Plus we gotta use gas, oil, repairs, equipment. So the contractor, we kind of squeezing them. They run a real tight ship on how much it's costing them to actually do it for 35, which they're a little bit higher than that elsewhere, but we kind of work with that. So that's basically what we're able to cut. It's at 35. And I'd like to just reiterate it. We got some pretty high-tech youth nowadays. They do high-tech stuff now. You know, they inquisitive. You know, they entrepreneur. Some of the youth over there have actually went out and got their own little business. You know, some of them went to the local 134. We got about 3 or 4 young youth that was with us cutting grass. They're electricians now, $50 an hour. So it was blessed. We got some of them that was going real strong over to South Suburban College. You know, picking up in 2 years of education and moving on to the next level. So things have somewhat changed. I mean, grass cut not the thing anymore with a lot of youth. It was. I mean, the line go all the way down the block, but like now they're doing other things. As it relates to our youth, by giving them an opportunity to have jobs. I want to say all this to say that I like to see the gentleman get paid. And I got one question. When you saw somebody robbing them on his ring bell, they couldn't y'all rob? Yes, it was cut for us. Okay.
That's just fine to me.
But I'm saying on the ring doorbell, it was after it happened. It wasn't looking at what was going on.
That's fine. He got robbed. He was on the ring bell. He was doing service days. We contracted him for it. You know, when I talk about the flaws for the program, it's always been in my mind that Thornton Township, based on the fact that we get tax dollars, we can use those tax dollars to help the kids in our community. In addition to that, we can help the seniors in our community by getting the grass cut. Real good opportunity both ways. But the flaw is, as Mr. Brown has said about what's happening nowadays, but the flaws have been there inherently for a while, based on the fact that we need to start cutting grass before these kids get out of school. We need kids, but they're not kids. We got to cut the grass. So we need contractors for that. We need somebody for that should. In addition to that, we have to be very careful about that aspect of it, because when them kids go back to school, we still need to cut these people's yards to that. You know, so it has to be looked at from the inherited flaws that nothing's wrong with getting kids. We love to get kids. We like to have 100 kids, I would think. I talked to Mr. Brown about having a day and evening shift, where some come in the morning, some come in the afternoon, you know, just kicking out ideas around. But it still winds up being that there are challenges. Number one, they're young kids.
Trying to cut it, and y'all didn't pay them at the time.
Okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. This guy right here, he is the actual contractor. I don't like the way he came off. I could see his problem, but I don't like the way he came off, because you are in a different position than Trustee Gonzalez.
Trying to cut it, and y'all didn't pay them at the time. That makes no sense, Trustee. No sense at all. Why would you not pay them in? Why would you pay?
Don't let them bully
She's saying about if I would have came and discussed. This is about, we've been discussing it, so let's be clear to the residents. All of us been discussing this for about a month. Trustee knows that. She's been talking to department heads. They all know this, but we getting up here, we grandstanding. All I'm saying is don't do that to the people that actually did the work. Yep, we have the money. You are out of order. We got to get our meeting. Let us finish our meeting.
Why you trying to change your mind?
So, why would y'all not pay the people that did the work? If anybody was out there in the crowd and y'all didn't pay them, I would be doing the same thing, any and everybody. I'm actually in favor of everybody getting paid that's on the list. So why would y'all not pay none of the vendors? Why would y'all not pay none of the vendors? And y'all don't want to adjust it? Y'all don't want to do anything?
Leave her alone. He said no. No means no.
Jerry, no? You don't want to adjust it? Okay, all right, that's great. So, just so you know.
Jerry, that's his name.
Let me get to it before you. The lawn care will be stopped. He don't have enough help as it relates to cutting. I'm kidding. So we can sugarcoat that. Go ahead. Guys, you are out of order.
I just like to say, these individuals actually done the work.
They voted.
It was a little rush job, and it was kind of pushed behind, but it was an emergency, so a decision had to be made. So the thing of it is, they did cut the work. They actually did the work. So with that being said, I don't know if anybody here is on the program, But the thing of it is, we just don't have enough youth to get it done. We do need this help. Well, you know, just like for you to know, tomorrow is my last day. Yeah, tomorrow is my last day. Tomorrow is my last day.
He quit.
This is it for me. Tomorrow's my last day because my phone rings. Nobody else's phone rings about their grass getting cut. And it's totally unfair to those seniors and for the individuals that helped us when we needed help. So I just like to be clear on that. Tomorrow is my last day, and I'll be turning my keys in.
Is Stan Brown retiring? You guys put in chat, do you know? I saw that on Facebook. They said, has Stan Brown turned his keys in? So is he retiring? Because I know he's of age to retire, or what's going on? He probably doesn't like all this mess. Tiffany made him leave. Now you have someone, you got to find somebody to take over his position. Of course, she's going to bring in somebody that kisses her butt. This next guy, he is the guy who's been doing the grass cutting.
I want to say this as best way I can. I'm compelled. I understand that they've done work, but I just want to say that we do. I mean, I've talked about the inherited flaws that we have, but we have to acknowledge certain things. And the biggest thing that we have to acknowledge is the fact that here it is. We're talking on June 20th about grass cutting. That's really, I mean, it's compelling on both sides. It's compelling because we should have this all in order before this. But I mean, please. Okay, but I heard you.
Okay, guys, are out of order.
But the fact of the matter is this. What needs to be established is also, why do we have contractors right now? We have contractors because we have a need before the kids are able to come out, because we're having challenges with getting kids out, but nevertheless, we still do have contractors. So I'm remiss as it relates to that. But what I want to say is we have to do a better job about getting these things in order, because these seniors need to have this service. It shouldn't even be no question about them getting service. In addition to that, Robert, Mr. Hunt, Finance Director, can you explain the contractor's policy as it relates to cutting grass before we accept these kids? What's the policy? Like how much we can pay them, up to what amount, things of that nature.
I would think the lawyer might be. Well, I think this is what the lawyer. So my understanding from the lawyer is that these independent contractors can be paid up to $30,000 until we had to get approved by the board. But I will have to. The lawyer has to be more than that. That's what the lawyer told. That's what he told me.
Totally all I need.
Okay.
Yeah. So the attorney said you have to be clear about your motion that you have to then is back on.
Right. What's currently on the floor is regarding approval of bills with respect to the general fund. Is Trustee Gonzalez's motion to approve the bills from the general fund with approximately 31 exceptions that he had initially listed. So what has since occurred is Trustee Jones appears to be interested in amending that motion. He needs to clarify which exceptions would be reinstated. Then Trustee Jones's motion to amend would need to be seconded by another trustee and then voted upon.
I believe it was already a first and second. Even before that, he didn't make a second. Wasn't it Trustee Carlisle?
Yeah, you're missing his point. You have to amend it based on what he's thinking. Which is adding.
No, he said he changed his vote. He didn't say amend. He said he changed his vote. Yeah, no, he didn't. He said he changed his, he was gonna change his vote. Not he didn't make the second, so there's nothing. There's nothing to amend, though.
To be clear, the motion that's on the floor, which was
we should have voted like 10 minutes ago. That was a first and second.
Right, procedurally, Trustee Gonzalez, there was a motion that you made with approximately 31 exceptions. That was, I guess, seconded by Trustee Carlisle, was it? And then discussion ensued. There's been a lot of discussion about this. And then it appears that Trustee Jones wanted to amend the pending motion. Is that what you want to do, Trustee Jones?
What I want to do is, I want Trustee Gonzalez's motion to be heard.
Okay, so there's nothing that you don't want to amend Trustee Gonzalez's motion?
The question, were we adding in that other one, though, correct? I believe the Evers,
We had already said we were adding that one back in, correct? Yeah, okay.
What
That was the only thing that was brought up initially, about amending the actual motion
So trustee Gonzalez, then you're amending your motion on the floor,
to add, Edwards.
and what exception numbers is that?
What was your thing? What was your thing?
202.
So 202, that would be reinstated.
That's the only one I heard.
So that's the one that you saved
So trustee Gonzalez, then you're amending your motion to reinstate item number 202, so it's not an exception anymore. We just need a second with respect to that, because you're amending your motion. I assume that would be by trustee Carlisle. Is that correct?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle? Trustee Gonzalez amended his motion to remove exception number 202, which is regarding Jeffrey Evers, to reinstate him to the bill list. Do you agree to that change to the pending motion? Okay, so that's the current motion. Then there are only 30 exceptions. If there's no further discussion up to this decision of the supervisor, then we would move to a roll call.
Okay, so we, Jerry said no. Jerry said no, Jerry, add him.
I mean, ultimately, we vote. I mean, we vote how we vote.
Okay, this is a question, that's fine, but he just asked, are you gonna add that in your motion? The vote, okay. So trustee Jones, are you willing to add him and do a different motion?
I mean, we could discuss this further, and it's not that he may never get paid, we're just asking. We just
It don't
don't feel
work like that. People did work for us. It's not no if he ever gets
But once
paid.
again, you want to come here and try to explain something in the middle of a meeting, I just don't feel comfortable voting on something that we don't have enough
You
information.
could ask questions to everybody, just out to everybody. No one had anything. And then we come here and we do this, put on the show. Any of y'all could have got this cleared up.
Instead of trying to
Called
change your vote,
everybody.
let's vote.
Everybody here called everybody.
Let's vote then.
We say let's vote. Okay, we got the next person up there that's taking out people's stuff. This take money, they livelihood. All right, go ahead.
Yes, this is for trustee Gonzalez, correct? That's how you, all right. So can I ask you, how do you get paid? How do you get paid?
Once again,
No, my question is, how do you get paid and how often do you get paid?
twice a month.
Okay, and twice a month. If someone comes in after you've done the work for that whole month, someone comes in and randomly picks out your name and says, I don't think that you should get paid. I don't care how you feed your family. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care what you do with how you survive. I just think you shouldn't get paid just because.
But sir, once again, it's about the process.
No, my question is, if someone, no. My question is, trustee Gonzalez, you did your work for that 2 weeks time. You did your work for the month. What would you do if someone randomly came up and picked out your name and said, you shouldn't get paid even though you did the work? Does that make sense to you? Why do you get paid and I don't get paid? That doesn't make sense. You saw me constantly, day after day, when I come in for board meetings, whatever, you see me set up cameras, you see me, I work 12 hours. And you randomly pick out my name so that my family doesn't eat, but your family gets to eat. Why is that fair? That's not fair. Why does your family get to eat, but my family doesn't get to eat? I'm saying, if we already did the work, why would you stop them from getting paid? That's not fair to the people who did the work. Just like you're doing your work, you expect to get paid. If there was a choice for me to randomly come in and I see, oh, trustee Gonzalez, he doesn't like seniors to get food delivered to them. He's voted no the whole time. He's voted no. He doesn't want seniors to get.
He's wrong. Okay, I agree with his passion. Yeah, I did the work. I should deserve to get paid. You see me day in and day out getting paid. But hello, Tiffany, you're gonna literally have to sue these people to get paid because she did not follow the rules to make sure you had a purchase order or to get the board approval for you to do all this work. It's not Chris Gonzalez's fault. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's the trustee. He's supposed to protect the money. He's supposed to oversee the money. And when you have Miss Queen for the day and Thief Freeman stealing money and just giving people jobs and contracts and stuff that don't even make sense because y'all think they think they run shit, That's what happens. You end up with angry people like this. So my suggestion to this guy, I don't know who he is, he might as well just go to the court, find a lawyer and go to the court. That's the only way he's going to get paid. I don't think they're going to change their mind just because you said, how do you get paid? Well, I get paid because I was voted in by the resident. That's how I get paid. This is a voted position. Your position, not even position, it's a contract that you are supposed to have, but you don't even have a contract with the Thornton Township.
Get up here for a board meeting. How you gonna get up here to discuss?
Right, and my thing is, if you vote.
And she needs to shut the hell up. You're just supposed to be taking notes. So why are you so mad? Why are you mad? You're supposed to be taking notes. Why are you screaming?
If you vote against people who've already did the work, why do you deserve to get paid? Right, my question is, my question is, for all the taxpayers, right, hold on, for all the taxpayers, I'm sorry, what's your name? I'm sorry, it's okay. I want you all to understand this. There's people who are working, putting their heart and soul to make sure that you all are good.
What about them eating? What about the people that have been fired? What about the people that have been fired from the township?
$17,000.
Let me ask you.
In 1 year.
What I would like to ask is something very simple. It's very simple.
What about her?
I am in total agreement with you. I'm in total agreement with you. But my question is, that what he mentioned has nothing to do with that. Okay, very simple. Let me ask you, who here has kids? Who here has kids? All right. For you all to pay for your kids cost money, correct?
No.
The kids don't cost money?
No, they don't.
Kids do cost
We like
money.
to vote.
Kids cost money, and you have people who are doing work, and when they do the work, they deserve to get paid.
The right process.
Correct, but the right process have already been in place. Let me ask you. If you go out and you do a job, and you've already been commissioned for that job, correct? You get commissioned for that job. When you get commissioned for that job, and you start working that job, how would you feel if randomly?
How would you feel if you let them vote?
I know you want. Thank you so much. I know you feel that way. Right, exactly. Right, but people get fired all the time.
For no reason?
Right, but right now, if I'm doing work, but if people get fired, but they did the work, they still deserve a check, right?
Okay. I want to know if they have a contract.
But all I'm saying very simple is, I have children, young children. If you all decide to not pay me for another 30 days, 30 days, that's 60 days of no pay. But Gonzalez, you get to still get paid?
Right.
But you don't, I'm here all the time, you don't see me, you don't ask me any questions, but you randomly decide I don't get paid for 60 days.
Okay, young man, I have a question to you. Do you have a contract?
Yes, and they still don't want to pay me.
Trustees, I'm representing Stay Focused Media Group, and I'm hoping that I can answer any questions as it pertains to content we've produced. As he said, we do 12-hour days sometimes. We facilitate, we're working on services and media to put out on all the social media platforms. We're working towards departmental videos to inform the public about all the services that are available here at the township, as well as communicating anything that the public would need to know that they could benefit from township resources.
If I had a contract of a contract, I would have brought my contract to the meeting. I don't know if you guys remember me telling you this story. I did a subcontract job for the federal government. I literally installed blinds in the FBI building, and the people that contracted me, they tried not to pay me. So what did I do? I went down to Detroit courthouse and filed a small claims court against them. And I brought the contract. They said that they didn't want to pay me because I didn't use their contract. But the guy, the project manager, or he was actually one of the owners of the design company. He actually signed my contract. So that's what I presented to the courts. And before we met with the court, they end up sending my check. But why did I have to do that? Why did I have to go and file a lawsuit against you for you to pay me? Same with this guy. Just take him to court. Now you're not going to get paid because they're not as what do I want to say? They don't care. Thornton Township, they probably care more than Dalton Village. But you have a person, Tiffany Henyard. She does not take care of her own bills, let alone somebody else's bills. She likes to, I'm going to give out this contract and not pay them. So she's not in charge of the money as she was in Village of Dalton. That's why I think Village of Dalton their money is funny now, because they're not paying a lot of people there. And we just learned that they're not paying their insurance and things of that nature. And not only for the firefighters, I hear for the whole village that some of the people are getting insurance bills because they're going into the doctor and they're getting a bill because they're not paying their premiums. So I think they're in a worse shape than Thornton Township. But what I was getting at is they're gonna have to sue them just to get their payment, because they're not going to get paid because she didn't follow the proper procedure. And the guy said he had a contract. Are you talking about a verbal contract? Is that what we have? Is a verbal contract? But if anybody knows, if you've done work, if you've been in business for a while, you need a contract and paper. You need a paper contract and somebody needs to sign something. Or they sent a purchase, like I did at one job and in a city, neighboring city. They actually sent a purchase order number to me, and I had to sign the agreement saying, hey, yeah, I will fulfill this contract by such and such day. And I had to make sure I built the contract and put the purchase order number by such and such day. So I feel bad for the guy, but he's getting mad at the wrong guy. He's getting mad. This is misplaced anger, because it's Tiffany. He should be mad at Tiffany or Keith Freeman, whoever. He used the word commissioned for you to do this work. And usually when someone used the word commission, they don't get no contract.
Questions that I have. So you out of order. So why did you, not you, they come out the board. So board members, how did y'all take them off of the list to get paid? What is the reason? What's the issue? She's trying to bully them. What's the issue? She's trying to bully them. You out of order. She's trying to bully them. What's the issue, guys? They deserve answers. This is staff. They're talking to the board. Why did y'all take them off of the list? What's the reason? What's wrong? It don't matter if you made the motion. Any of y'all can trump. I gotta teach you about that. You can trump a motion. You can always put somebody that can keep right now. Right now, I'm talking about for y'all. I'm asking you guys, why are you guys taking all these people off of the list? What she said. You are out of order. She said what she said. Go ahead. It's not that I don't want anybody to get paid. I think that if anybody asking if y'all cannot do it. Okay, you out of order.
I think if anybody does work, they should get paid, but I just think the process is all jacked up. Like, the board never knows anything until it's time to vote. When we're given the information, it's like, here, vote on this, but we have questions. I send in questions all the time, and sometimes my questions get answered, sometimes they don't. Now, he made the motion to take some things out, because I wasn't comfortable, voting for the entire bill list. I do think that people should get paid, things should get paid, but it's a process for me. And I feel like the board should know when certain things are happening, because again, it puts us in a spot where we may not know what the bill is. We ask questions, we may not get an answer, and then it's like, what do? We don't want to say no to everything, but there's everything that I didn't agree to vote bring this motion and ask you. That's it for me.
So what's so sad and how the world is looking at us, over the issue is you sit here and tell that bone-faced lie about you don't know what's going on, you don't get talked to, everybody talks to you, everybody answers your questions. As relates to you saying you don't get the answer, you get the answer. You just now literally started putting in question form from whoever knows your list to come to a board meeting and do this, trustee. Because at the end of the day, all of the people here answer questions for you, Trustee Jones, everybody. That's why Trustee Darlene left, because there's just so much mess. And then y'all try to act like something's wrong when nothing's wrong. Y'all put this fictitious story out or narrative here.
So now she's against you because she doesn't want to pay. I think Carmen Carlisle, she needs to read up on what her duties and responsibilities are. Even Jerry Jones, I think his name is Jerry Jones. Chris Gonzalez, I'm assuming that he's staying silent, but no one on this trustee board. Matter of fact, I will be remiss that some of these people need to be replaced. And where's the other lady at? She's not here. But what I'm getting at is like, when Tiffany Henyard asked you, why did you vote her off of these people off the list? Hey, we did not get a board approval. Robert Hunt, he doesn't even know the number to get the board approval. None of these people like literally know their job. I believe Gonzalez knows, but he's not saying nothing. Hey, we have questions. We don't know where these bills come from. No, just flat out say why you didn't approve it, why you took it off the warrant list. I took it off the warrant list because we never voted on this contractor. What's so hard about that? Why can't somebody say that out of their mouth? There's a bidding process. Are you approved vendor of the list? We're not going to pay you X amount of dollars. And they're saying they work 12-hour days. Doing what? Filming? Filming what? So you just following Tiffany around like she's in a reality TV show? Does that make any sense, you guys? So you're there day in and day out filming for what? What are you filming? So I could just imagine, I don't know how much that money or that monthly amount was. And he said they're missing, it's going to be on 60 days. But just you're filming somebody 12-hour days. That's what he said. So that would essentially need board approval. You got cameras on you 12 hours. And these are professional people. And then you're managing social media stuff. I see incompetence throughout this whole board. Because I don't understand why Tiffany asked you a question. Just stop being beating around the bush. You did not get board approval. I'm a trustee. You didn't get board approval for this contract. And and then I will quote the citation. You know that was going to come up. So I hate this for the residents because it seemed like they got incompetent people in place.
Township, when the township is doing an awesome job. And when you say you don't know something, you are briefing to all department heads, like while she's standing up there right now asking you guys, hey, do you have any questions for me? What's going on? Why would they have to come up here and say that? Y'all had this list since what, Friday or whenever they sent it to you, Friday, right? We had a meeting scheduled for Tuesday. Y'all didn't have any questions. Here it is Thursday. Now I don't know nothing. I didn't have anything. That means that you guys not doing your job as relates to finding out what's needed before we get here. It's unfair for people not to get paid and you guys come to a board meeting and think it's okay. I can concur with Emmanuel. Emmanuel has kids. He has a family. He has a wife. They have to take care of. They live in the township. They come here and do the work, and you guys have no reason. That's why he asked trustee, why are you taking my bills out? I have a family, so it's okay for you to get paid, but him not get paid. And I feel him because now we don't have a meeting for a whole another 30 days. So he just said 60 days that man can't feed his family. 60 days all the people y'all took off can't feed their family, and y'all got no logic reason for why y'all not paying no bills. But just to create chaos, create this false narrative for fake news, for fake news. That's sad. That's sad.
Madam
Because there's really no reason.
Can I make a plea to the trustee?
Go ahead.
I totally respect the process and I understand processes. I'm hoping that you guys know that, or would just consider that we did do the work for the last 30 days, and maybe moving forward, going into the next month, we can hold on services while you guys negotiate or, discuss what's needed for the township, but we did do the work, and I would hope that we could at least get paid for these last
Can I
30
ask you a
days.
question? What events did you do?
All of them.
All of them.
So
Every
from
single last
Showtime at the Apollo, the Father's Day, Juneteenth, all the video recaps for that. Township Talks, I've produced, definitely Big Bingo. But that we did that tonight. The GAs, we got content, producing content for the food pantry. What else was this month? It was, I have a slew of projects I can share with you, trustee, that we definitely facilitate.
I have a question of you. Can I ask you
Stay
a question?
Focused Media Group, as well as Emmanuel Bensa.
Can I
And
ask you a question?
Illinois, I think I heard their name in there as well.
Miss, can I ask you a question?
You cannot right now, this is the board.
But, okay, if they're hired, was it a word of mouth between you and her, or was it voted on by the trustee?
Are you willing to add her back
That's
in?
the process.
That was her fee. Are you willing to add her back in to pay her?
What you guys,
Young lady. Miss.
I mean, like I said, once again, I mean, we're hearing a lot about, what should be done, but what we're not hearing is how to get this better, whereas we have the information before we sit here, so we don't have to go through this.
We always have to
Why don't we fix that first?
It's already fixed. It's always in your package that you don't read.
No, it's not-
And
it's not
also,
true.
it is true.
It's not
It's
true.
true. You say here, what more than
That was the case, we didn't discuss it.
You had a package since Friday, so you had plenty of time to reach out and get stuff answered. What are you
But we
missing?
don't always get the answers, like trustee Carlisle said.
All your stuff is right here. Every question she asked, they answered. If you have a
Right
question,
here, that's what we're saying, we don't.
but you could did. Did you call anybody? Trust me, hold on. Let's tell people what's going on. Did you call anybody? Did you reach out to anybody about any questions about any of this stuff tonight? Did you call anybody?
I had spoken to the trustees, yeah.
No. Department head. Did you call anybody about this?
I talked to some department heads.
If you talk to some department heads, did you talk to her? Did you talk to the ones you want to pull off to get clarity of why? Because right now, they don't understand your why, and I don't either. Because at the end of the day, they get paid.
She's not a department head.
Why aren't you paying?
But she's not a
Can you tell
department
me, can you tell me why?
It's time, it's a process, because we.
What process? It's on every one.
They didn't
Every
have the
every
proper
bill,
information.
it's on every single
But
month.
we didn't have proper
Every
information.
month, all they bills are on
We
there,
don't
all of
have,
them.
we don't have proper
It is
information.
the proper
We don't have the proper
It is.
information.
And when we had the board meetings, you didn't ask any questions, you didn't have any concerns. Now we have this meeting, and y'all still just.
I previously voted no on all the bills
Always
for
do.
these reasons,
That's
for
why I-
these
That's
reasons.
why I understand it now.
For these reasons.
You know, we still gotta eat food, right? You don't get paid, you pay the food out to people. You don't pay for the service. You don't pay for people like bill, gas, bill, that very to get done. You don't pay for anything as relates to the residents to get service here or in township. So it just baffles me that she keeps looking at you for the answer when she can make a decision. As a trustee, you have to sit here and say, hey, this is what I feel I wanna do, not control what you think, trustee. Because all individuals think, so I think, but at the end of the day, I'm saying that you trustee, you have to do better. You can't come here and tell me, show.
Once again, but you keep saying this, but you
It's a
can't.
show.
Explain how you can have it, explain how you can
So
get
everybody,
it.
you guys want to add her in on this? Stand on it. Put that on this. Don't turn y'all around. Okay. Any other employees or anybody else that they took out? Just got some, go ahead. Go ahead. Did they take your stuff out too? Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, good evening, board, residents of Thornton Township. I'm Marcia Brown. I manage the Senior Services Department. I have been for a number of years. I would like to say that the HAP program, the lawn program, works in conjunction with Senior Services. I would like to ask the board, first of all, I would like to thank the board. Each of you know that have been here for a number of years with me, know how passionate I am about our seniors in Thornton Township. Seniors are number one in my department because I run the Senior Services Department, but not only because I manage the Senior Services Department, I just have a passion for our seniors. The lawn program is the second largest program as it relates to the senior department. It comes right behind our lunch program. Our senior.
Why do everyone use as it relates to? As it relates to? Like, come on, just talk regular. I think they've been around Tiffany too much. And they keep on talking about this lawn program. You mowing lawns. What's so difficult about it? Get the contractor. They need a board. They need to be board approved. What's so hard about that?
Seniors need this service. Our seniors have earned this service, the lawn service, that our previous supervisor started. Our current supervisor continues to have us offer the lawn program because it is a needed service. I would like to ask the board, you guys have to think about if we don't pay the contractors, and I totally get it. I totally understand, Mr. Gonzalez or Trustee Gonzalez, your point. You would like to know before an action occurs, what's coming forth. I get it. I totally get it. But when my seniors start calling tomorrow morning asking why their lawns aren't being cut, I can't get the lawn cut, Ms. Brown. You know, what are we supposed to tell them? You know, I don't want to bring them into this this fray. I just want to give them the services that they've earned with their hard-earned tax dollars, the services that they were promised, and the service that they deserve. I ask each of you to reconsider, each of the board members. I understand the voting process, and yes, vote your conscience. I encourage that. I welcome that. But don't allow it to negatively affect a service that is so needed within our township. Whoever this contractor is, he has done the work. He had nothing to, whoever it is, I had no idea who the contractor is, but he has done the work. He had nothing to do with being told that he could work without you guys knowing that he had been brought on board. And I get it, I understand, but he has done the work. You guys come to an agreement that moving forward, we will not, as a board, because you hold the power.
That they do hold the power. You guys act like y'all just got here yesterday. The problem is with this is a bunch of black folks. A bunch of black folks saying, oh, they did the work, you should pay them. Like there's no process in place. There's a process in place. You think these fools will go to any other city saying, I did the work, and they're going to be arguing, oh, he did the work, why don't you pay him? No, everybody on that on the board of trustees, sir, ma'am, who gave you this contract? Can we see something in writing? Yeah, we this wasn't on our approval list. This wasn't, we didn't take a bid out for this. So who gave you the authority to do this work? Any other city operates in this way. But no, not Thornton Township. Anywhere Tiffany Henyard is located, they don't operate in that way. Dalton Village is a mess, and Thornton Township. They just giving people, telling them to start work and not actually following the process. And then you have these people, the actual people that work for Thornton Township, begging and pleading, oh, pay them. And now, and next time we'll follow the process. No, you should have followed the process the first time. And she's not actually in it. It's Tiffany. Tiffany probably patted her friend, the guy who's mowing the lawn, the people that's doing the film work. They probably donated to her campaign, and that's how they got a job. That's how they got a contract or a fake contract with Thornton Township, because they donated to her campaign.
We will not pay a contractor or a vendor unless it's been approved by the board. But again,
That's where it's supposed to be. Not no back door deals.
You out of order. Let us finish. Go ahead, Ms. Brown.
But again, the contractor has done the work, and it is a service that is needed. You know,
And if they back down, they're going to continue to do it again. They don't back down. Trustees don't back down. We're not listen. So sorry for you. I'm sorry the guy got to end up in the crossfires. But no, you need to learn the lesson, Tiffany and Freeman. Stop calling people to do work and you didn't get board approval. Just because you want to have a party and act like you're a social media star, having people film you day in, day out. No, we're not doing that. Have you guys noticed Tiffany hasn't been wearing makeup? Have you guys noticed that? What's that guy's name that they blast? Brandon Malman, her stylist. I think he was her makeup artist too. Tiffany, you can't pay him out of your salary? So you're no longer the glamorous Tiffany anymore. You only get your makeup done at the Village of Dalton because you're the mayor. Now you're trying to dumb it down. You're trying to stay low key. What happened to glamorous Tiffany?
I'm in the department each day. I'm in the department when the calls come in. You know, my lawn hasn't been cut. I have to provide some type of answer. And I just ask I ask each of you to please reconsider the contractor that has done this work for the couple of months, that the kids aren't out of school, that you reconsider on paying this contractor. But again, I do encourage you to absolutely always, vote your conscience and vote what's best for our residents.
Excuse me, I'd like to say something.
Yes.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for being so polite and what you said to the board and how you approach the board. Thank you. And I also will say one thing I don't want, because I know seniors are very independent, right? And so if somebody's not coming out providing them the service, they'll figure it out. And I don't want people, seniors to go out and cut grass and 90-degree weather, because anything can happen, and I don't want that. And I think it is a great service, but moving forward, I do think there needs to be a process in place so we don't have this issue moving forward. And pay to the board because, we want to support. I think it's a great program, and again, seniors, like you said, have earned it, and so they shouldn't have to worry about that. But I did ask Ron and Stanley for specific information concerning the program that I did not receive, and I would like to receive that information that I asked for. Even if I have to come to, the township to see it, I don't need it sent to me, I don't need it printed out, but I would still like to see the information I asked for concerning the program. But I would be willing to make an amendment to the motion as long as you guys can guarantee that you'll give me the information I asked for, because I want to make sure everything is checks and balances. I need to make sure I can make an informed decision as a board member, and I think it's important for me to see the information I asked for, but I'm willing to reconsider and add only Raul Ramirez back into them, because I don't, but moving forward, the process has to be in place.
Thank you, Trustee Carla.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
As a board member, I'm gonna ask that you call more meetings, and then when they don't show, we need to document it and get the information that needs to be gotten. Because unfortunately, the things that we should have, we're not having. I am all for children and making money. And right now, we're looking at people that won't have a place to stay because we need to pay rent. Food that needs to be given out because children are home and parents can't afford the food.
What?
They need food.
What
we provide the 17 cities that we're over. People need help.
She sound like Andrew Holmes. They talking about grass. The warrior put 3 hours talking about grass, and then she said people can't afford rent and they need food. But we're talking about grass. What are we talking about? Talking about grass.
It was established because half of the people that's here doing the work are probably some people that you already know that have said that they weren't familiar with the services that the township was offering and now are using.
Okay.
So please, set the meetings. So
what is she talking about? Is she a trustee, or I thought she was like the assistant or something? What is she? Is she a trustee? You guys put it in chat out. I don't know what she's talking about.
So maybe we won't have to, because this is the third one. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be real quick. I do highly encourage the board to actually approve all the bills. I know Trustee Carlisle asked over 180 invoices. We did send her all those invoices. I don't know if you saw something specifically you didn't like in one of those 180 invoices that we pulled for you as soon as we possibly can. I think going forward, if y'all want to change the process, but right now it's been the same process for the last 13 years. Kind of want to make sure we keep our word intact. Going forward, if y'all want us to draft a letter, letting vendors know, hey, going forward, you got to come up. I know in Dalton they say they didn't come to the board first. Here in Dalton, here in the township, for the last 14, 50 years, they didn't come in front. If that's the new process you want, that's fine. But a lot of these vendors,
policy.
Yeah, a lot of these vendors, that's not. That's not. Some of these vendors y'all put out are for like $100, $200, $200. We don't do our piece for that. This is the person right, just to let you know. Some of these are very small, but like I said, I really highly encourage just approving all of them. Let's Trustee Carlisle, out of the over 180 invoices that we pulled for you, gave to you, saw like, hey, this one right here don't look right. I would say, but all the work was performed. It's really not right for all the vendors. That'd be my 2 cents. Once again, I don't want to feel like I'm pressuring anybody, because I heard people saying I'm pressuring. I'm not pressuring, just letting you know that if you want to make stuff changes going forward, that makes more sense than right now just cutting the throat, cutting the legs off, about letting people know. That'd be it.
And I remember Frank telling me when I sat down, I was like, Robert, I was like, Frank, why are you giving me these bills and you're not sitting down and explaining each one to me and why?
Before bills be already billed out when you got it. Yeah.
He told me, he says, Robert been here. Robert got his own piece of paper up there. And if he sacrifices his own paper, that's his job. He said, but I do know it. So that's why you go to conferences you go to, because you're supposed to be learning.
What the hell is she talking about?
One more time, because I like to bring clarity and ensure that, all of our residents understand. So I do just have one more point as far as the contractors and our young people that cut the grass. I have personally never wanted this to put out there. I'm not a person of many words. I have personally paid citations that are issued by the municipalities or the villages that our seniors receive because their lawns aren't cut. They receive citations, some villages upwards of, and I'm not saying it's right, wrong, good, bad, indifferent, but some citations upwards of $200 because your lawn hasn't been cut. Our seniors are on fixed incomes. They can't afford it. Our villages and our municipalities, they do work with the lawn program, and they have for, the number of years that I've been here. But a number of our seniors, they receive citations because their lawns haven't been taken care of. And the villages, they have their guidelines and bylaws. They will only be told, so many times that, Thornton Township is cutting my grass, Thornton Township in another couple of weeks. And then, they don't want to hear that anymore, and they issue citations. And our seniors come to us again because they're on fixed incomes and they haven't budgeted for, a citation for their lawns not being serviced. So, if you reconsider, paying our contractor that cuts the lawns, that's huge for our seniors, receiving the citations, something that they didn't budget for. Thank you so much.
Okay, anybody else?
Good evening, everyone. I wasn't going to say anything, and I heard Ms. Brown's passionate speech about the lawn care and senior services, but I also have to say this about the media team. I just recently met these wonderful people, and we did a wonderful video with my staff because I want to take our department into the 21st century by having our training and videos and what's required of our department video, so that I leave, someone can come in and see what needs to be done. And I just want to say to the media team, I really do appreciate you all, because Emmanuel had to sit there and videotape me 2 times because I decided to change clothes. But the fact that they're patient and they took my pictures for the website, they work hard. I can say that because they have helped my department out. We have a wonderful video that's being edited, and if you can see that video, you'll understand the importance of paying for the service. They've already done the work. for our department, for general assistance. And so I'm asking also to reconsider your decision on taking them out. Just this time, I understand protocol as well. Been here 26 years, I understand protocol. At least I'm gonna follow it. And I'm asking you all to consider the media services.
Y'all don't want them to follow it. Y'all just kissing Tiffany's ass. If you said you want them to follow the protocol, you wouldn't even get up there and say, oh, I just met them and they so nice. And no, just stay out of it. You guys are trying to guilt the trustees to change their mind on something they shouldn't change their mind. Follow the protocol.
As well. It's not, I know some things, you know, seem out of order on some levels, but these men and women, all the men and women in every department, from lawn care to transportation to maintenance, we all come to work with the passion of serving our community, all 17 towns. I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. We are here to serve the people of the community. And sometimes we make mistakes, just like you said, Ms. Carlisle, we make mistakes. But we're asking all of you all to help us get on the right track. Our board has been in place for centuries, and you all have worked with me and other people. And trust me, y'all know I wouldn't get up here if I wasn't passionate enough for it. But also consider that all employees deserve to be paid for the service that they have rendered, as well as our vendors. Because I got some people out there too, and when it comes to my budget time, there's some people that won't take a check or take a money order or take a credit card payment. I gave my word as my bond, and our word is our bond out there in all of Thornton Township. Because if our word messed up, our name is messed up. So we want to be better than that. I understand process, and we will be doing better moving forward. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody want to reconsider anything?
I'd just like to say one more thing.
Oh my God, sit down.
From a senior, and I got some more of these. This is just one of the citations to show you that I know why Ms. Brown was so passionate coming up here telling y'all to vote for her, because she know when I get a call, I go out and cut grass myself. And that has become a problem. So when I got a person say they give me a citation, I had set up in South Holland and talk with their code enforcer. I had set up in Riverdale and a couple more places. I run and get to these here code enforcers, let them know we coming. Just hold up until we get there. And they give me a break on the citation and say, hey, you gotta make sure you get out and cut it. So now I gotta run and I grabbed Tony Sherman, me and him out there cutting grass. And it's been a little tough. We something, you know, maybe I'm making it look like it's easy. Maybe I'm looking like we can get by with it, but it's a little tough out there. And when you got a senior tell you they need that grass cut, because some of these villages, they don't play. They give up a $75 ticket. And if you get that $75.
Did these people, I just don't understand. All this for cutting grass. And all this for, you know, hey, the board's going to do their job. They're not going to approve certain things on the warrant list. Reason why they're not approving certain things on the warrant list, because of the FBI. They probably was approving, going along with everything, approving everything. But the FBI came in, they was like, uh-oh, we better start looking at some of these bills. We better not approve this. It might be like a pad my pocket, a scam. What is it called? Fraud, a bid scam. So they're starting to look at that kind of stuff. That's why Carmen Carlisle she did a 180 turn. All because, you know, what's his name? Keith Price said, don't bring Dalton over here. This is all because they testified in front of the grand jury. They probably been questioned from the FBI. Stan Brown is quitting. This doesn't make any sense. They've been doing the stuff wrong so much, they don't even know what the right way is.
$5 ticket, and they have a contractor come and cut it. Now you got to pay $150. So contractors, they don't charge no money when they cut grass. We just getting a break right now. We getting a big break can pass the real contractor. So that's one of the things that's going on, and not to just keep running up here throwing it on the floor, but you know, when you get some of them grandmothers and grandfathers, because the majority of we had about 600 and some lawns. Seems a little bit long. And when I got to go to a house, it's a senior that live there by herself because her husband passed. It's kind of tough. They can't make it. Dollars are short, and we understand that. You know, and
I'm right here.
yeah, we give them everything we got.
Yeah.
So this is just one of the tips.
And you know this lady a fool. She the only one with a mask on. Lady, COVID is over. Stop it. Stop it with the mask. I don't even know. I got to pull this lady up. I don't know who this lady is. But she on the only fool in the room with a mask on. She probably had COVID 29 times. And she got all booster shots. She got all her booster shots.
You know, I got stacking teeth. Some of my hide. So I want nobody to know what I'm doing. Because I go out there and cut it myself. And I call some people, say, man, can you come give me a hand? And I thank you, Tony Sherman. Every time I call you, you come out and help me cut grass. And
so does the rest of the staff. What's the day, the holiday, everybody was out there cutting grass? Everybody.
Yeah.
The holiday there was? Come
So-
on, Will, me, everybody was on the street cutting grass. That's how big it was.
And I just like to say too also with that, if you know some of these lawns is like a football field. And we have taken on, because this program wasn't set up to cut some of these lawns that we cut. And we got some awful big lawns. We got what we call the lake house over in Lansing, right behind where you say the little go-karts and stuff that over there. It's a football field. And we out there cutting it. Go right here 156th and State Street. We got 3 houses. Their house go from State Street all the way back. If you ever ride down 156th and State, just look over there and go all the way back to a big white fence back there. Football, we cut football field. You know, we cut some lawn that we shouldn't have taken on. But once we take on them, because it's good when sometimes
I had to share this with you guys. They said they don't know the process, but this is on Thornton Township. This is on their website. Our request for proposal for lawn and mowing maintenance. Like, okay, you're putting out a bid request and you said it don't need board approval. Like, what are we saying here? This is why I don't understand these people. Like, what planet are you on? You actually you have a request for proposal on your website. So how did this guy get the contract? Or you just decided willy-nilly this guy is gonna work? And okay, let's take it back. Okay, we don't have the kids to do it. We don't have enough kids to do it. Why didn't you go to that contractor that you gave that job to? Why can't you 1099 him as a contractor employee? Why couldn't you do that? Since you don't want to get board approval. Do you need board approval to hire a contractor, a 1099, pay him hourly, or even pay him under the city or the township? That doesn't make any sense. And then you got requests for proposal or request for quotes. Why didn't you do that with the filming service? No, because you padding your people's pocket. You actually went up to these people, or they donated on your campaign, and you said, oh, you could do our lawn maintenance. Anyway.
You got your husband and your wife there, and y'all living in, you got 3-4 kids going and living in another state, and we do that big house trying to cut that grass. It's tough. So we actually cut some lawn that we should not have taken on, but we're there. So we got to see it through. So those are the things that I'm saying when you got some contractors or work with you. That's just what it is. We need that help.
Okay, thank you for saying. Okay, board members, did you guys want to make any more amendments or changes for any other people or any other departments? Trustee Carmen, Trustee Jerry. Okay.
Can I say one more thing? Can I say one more?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just saying, I apologize. So I apologize if I meant no disrespect to the whole board. I just want you all to understand that if you all decide to go through with not paying these people that's on that list that you singled out, these people could go into poverty. These people could not feed their family. Their kids could starve. And you would still say no. Anyone who doesn't get paid for 60 days, they could lose their house. They could lose their car. They could go into poverty. And it's because you just decide that we don't deserve it after we've already done the work.
That's not what they're saying, sir. And then you need to do a better job. Okay. You need to find my YouTube channel. And I talk about business on my YouTube channel, but you are putting all your eggs in one basket. How can you depend on one source of income? You know, you got, hey, if you're doing city government work, sometimes they slow to pay. Even if it was approved, they're just slow to pay. And you can't come up to the board meeting and say, oh, 30 days, you know, they don't care. Oh, this is how we work. So you can't put all your eggs in one basket, sir. You should have been shopping around other places to see if you could get hired in. So, or you're just saying that you do have other jobs and you're just saying that to get guilt tripped so you get paid. Not to say he doesn't deserve, he does deserve to get paid. But you're trying to guilt trip these people to pay you. You could lose your house, you could starve, but it seemed like he didn't just get in business. So you know not to just have one contract out there. That's just like common sense. Or I can't just depend on one person or entity for my income. I have to have multiple customers. Common sense. That's just common sense.
I don't think that's what they're saying.
But that's what's happening. If they decide to not go through with the name that you have pinpointed, you're saying to us, the people who've done the work, that it doesn't matter that you did the work. We're not going to pay you. And 60 days from now, we may pay you. Who knows? We might pay you, we might not. It's whatever we decide. I'm asking you, I'm begging you to please reconsider, because you all have families as well. Would you be able to feed your family 60 days from now with no money? 90 days from now with no money? Could you survive that long, and would your kids be able to eat? Trustee Gonzalez, I've seen you with your children. Those are your children, correct? That I've seen you with? Are they your children? Could you feed them if you didn't get paid at all for 60 to 90 days? Would you still be able to feed them? Okay, how?
Because I saved money.
I need a recommendation. So
yeah, because I'm a grown person and I save money. Yeah, I still will be able to feed my children. What kind of crazy question is that? You need to look, maybe you living beyond your means. Now you're just you're digging a hole for yourself. Now you just sound retarded. Yeah, you deserve to get paid, sir. But number one, why would you just have one customer? That doesn't make any sense. And number two, why are you trying to guilt trip these people? They have a job to do. They're getting paid to protect the residents' money. That's the whole point of the board of trustees, to make sure this girl doesn't go off the well on a spending spree, which she's tried. She's tried and succeeded in some sorts until the FBI came in and said, oh, we're going to ask you all these questions. And then Carmen Carlisle, Jerry Jones, and all these other people like, oh my God, we doing something wrong, because they're asking us questions about these bids, about these contracts.
So I know what to do in the future. No, I'm saying yes, I've saved money, right? Save money, right? But if you're saving money, but you're taking the money that I'm using to save, no,
it happens, dude. It happens when you are in business. This is the type of stuff. It happens. I mean, like I said, I feel sorry for him, but I really don't. I really don't feel sorry for them, because this is why the court system exists. This is why there is a process that they have to follow. But you can't get mad at these people because they're doing their job. That's what they're here to do. No matter why you did the work. I don't care if you got 10 kids. I don't care if you got 20 kids and 3 wives. It doesn't matter to me. You didn't get approved through the board, so we can't approve you. And even if you're in my face, I feel bad, but this is why they pay me every 2 weeks or bi-monthly, because I'm here to say, no, this is not approved, and we're not going to pay it. And if they change their mind, they're in the risk of not getting voted back in, because you don't have the interest. Oh, anybody come crying to you talking about, oh, I deserve to get paid. You just gonna pay it? No, this is a system of checks and balances. I mean, I don't know what to tell this guy. Save your money. Stop. Don't have just one customer. That's just totally retarded within itself. And don't come to the board meeting begging to get paid, and you didn't really have a contract. You just got a call from Keith Freeman or this girl, Tiffany Henyard, to say, come and shoot this stuff.
Okay, again, I'm bringing it to a close. I'm bringing it to a close. I'm asking you to please reconsider, because there's people out here trying to feed their families. There's people out here trying to feed their families. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Daniel. So if anybody wants to consider, then okay, then what about the get the contract for the artists? You guys want to do that? You know you have to book the artist, and then you know that the dead blood with them, because we stopped them for booking someone else due to the fact they wait on our board meeting to get a check.
You book an artist, so she probably on the let me see if I can find it, if it's on their website. On the vendor list, I guess they had a vendor that sung or did a performance. Why wouldn't you get that approved? You just think it's a big party, Tiffany. This is not your own personal checkbook. This to me, this is just ridiculous.
I want a minute. So I'm gonna supersede everything everybody got going on here. I want to pay everybody. So do I have a second to supersede and pay every vendor? Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
All right. Thank you. Call the line. Trustee Jones. Trustee Gonzalez. Trustee Green Everett. Yes. Trustee Carlisle. Yes. But just pay attention, y'all. Who didn't pay people that did work? We have money here at Thornton Township, and it said in my heart that that man stood up there and pled to everybody on this board to feed his family. Yet people don't come to board meetings, and y'all still get y'all checks no matter what. That's right. People don't do work, still get paid no matter what. And and play with people's livelihoods that actually do work. And family. I apologize to you about that. Okay, I'm late with us. So, next on the agenda. Okay, so now. Nobody came to tell us.
Children are home now from school. No lights, no gas. I'm gonna see you after me.
It seems Trustee Carlisle earlier had wanted to remove another exception or a number of exceptions from your motion. Yeah, so numerically, what were those exceptions that are being removed from your?
I hear what you said. 16. Okay. 114. Yes. 240.
Not 25.
No, I didn't say she said. 357.
Okay, so trustee Gonzalez, just to be clear for the record, then you're amending your own motion to remove the exceptions of 16, 114, 240, and 357.
Yep.
Okay, so we need a second to that motion. I
What about
assume.
323? Oh, did I miss one? Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh, you said 323?
That's South Green, I didn't, motion to add that one.
Oh, okay.
Can y'all read in the record who they are that you are adding back in?
That was the Ramirez.
It's three.
All those were just Ramirez.
Oh, so all.
Yeah. Was there anything else? I don't know. I didn't hear the whole thing. So I
No,
didn't
that's
know if
Raul Ramirez, is all I said.
they. Okay, that's why I wasn't sure she said it.
Thank you. So is it that one and what was the first one? The Jeffrey?
Evers.
Yeah, 202 was previously.
Okay.
So Gonzalez, trustee Gonzalez made the motion to remove certain other exceptions regarding Raul Ramirez, who I may have mispronounced. And then we need a second to that amendment, which I assume would be by trustee Carlin. Okay, so that's the motion on the floor currently then. Trustee Gonzalez's motion to approve the bills from the general fund with approximately 26 exceptions previously numbered.
Okay. All right, Howard,
Discussion.
we already discussed it.
I got discussion on this one now.
You got another discussion? Oh, okay, go ahead. On the same field.
So now that there's 26 exceptions, and I don't know if this is a question for the attorney or what, but what's the remedy on any reconsidering, even if it's not tonight? Like, do we have to wait till the next board meeting?
Well,
We're
procedurally.
not saying no, am I correct?
I'm paying bills.
Yeah, you saying no to paying those
Right now.
people tonight.
Tonight.
Correct.
Or what's the opportunity to reconsider?
Yeah,
There don't be no money to talk about. No,
No
I
board
will.
members here, and the other one was called in. Another
I'm
board
sorry,
meeting.
can you answer that?
Yes, just generally speaking, this could be brought up at any future board meeting, whether it's a regularly scheduled board meeting or a special meeting.
Thank you.
Is it something that could be done by a phone call or anything, or does it have to be?
It would have to be at a formal board meeting.
Okay.
I mean, certainly the board could always be polled informally without any violation of the Open Meetings Act, but no formal action could be taken.
Oh, it still would have to wait.
You still have to have a formal board meeting.
This doesn't make any sense. Sam, thank you for the super chat. You're absolutely right. Tiffany allowed to interfere with a trustee voting because nobody's checked her. Nobody on this board checked her. Since she runs the meeting, she thinks she is allowed to interfere with the people vote and try to bully. She tries to bully people to change their vote, i.e. Carmen Carlisle. And why is there no time limit for Tiffany supporters? Because she runs the meeting. She don't care. She don't care. Tiffany is like I said, she thinks she's the queen for today. We got another super chat in the building. Lamar, thank you for your continued support. Lamar is sending a shout out to everybody, the moderators, subbies, and the chat. Love all y'all. Thank you. Like I said, this is 3 hours of them talking about lawn care, literally lawn care and filming. Mostly lawn care. The seniors are going to go hungry. People are dying out in these streets. All about paying the lawn care, and just follow the proper procedure. If you didn't have a contract, if it didn't get board approved, you know that, Tiffany, they're not going to pay it. You've been a trustee before. And why are they like not knowing what an RFQ is, or a request for a proposal? It doesn't make any sense. Tracy says anyone with a contract from Tiffany, but not the board. She take Tiffany to small claim. Should take Tiffany to small claims court. They should. That the guy that he was like literally crying about, I might not, I can't pay my mortgage. I might lose my house and stuff. You should take them to small claims court. Because you're saying if you had a contract, maybe a verbal contract, she can deny if you don't have anything in writing. But yeah, take her to small claims court. That's what I would do.
All right, call around.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Gray Everett?
Pay the bills and take all those, pay certain bills or not.
Pay the bill?
It's not, right, with the exception of the ones they call on.
No, I don't agree with that. Trustee Carlisle? I don't want to take any. Supervisor Henyard?
No.
Motion passed.
Okay. All right, next, is there a motion to approve the general assistance fund? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call around.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve the road and bridge fund?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Your motion second. Any discussion? Call around.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve resolution 24-R-008, approving the execution of a service settlement agreement with Mr. Tillman for Thornton Township, Cook County, State of Illinois? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is second. Please call roll.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Yes. Next, new business, discussion of lawn care bids for the health program and a motion to award said bids to the lowest responsible bidders and authorize the township attorney to negotiate a contract consistent with the award. Is there a motion to approve the lowest responsible bidders?
And any motion should specifically name the contractors that are being approved by that motion.
So, well, I'm sorry, I motion for the Robert Lawn Care and Nicholas Pfizer at $35.
All right, is there a second?
Just a question. Were we looking for just two? Was there a certain number we were
You
looking for?
need all of them, but pick who y'all want.
Oh.
We need
Okay.
multiple people.
Yes,
So I have additional discussion, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's probably the same thing. When we were looking at it, we were talking to Mr. Brown about the prices. Everybody's not, based at the same price. You have three, I think it was at 35, you have one at 52.50.
They're back on lawn care. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Y'all had this whole discussion about lawn care. Now you talking about it again? What is going on? Oh my God. Is this a shit show or what?
The other one at 45, and I believe Stan said the way it works is if we agree to everybody, we have to agree to the set price. And so we wanted to know if the other two that are at 52, 50, and 45 to come down to the 35. If not, then we'll just get those bills.
Oh my God. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. I cannot take it. The Warrior. Thank you. The Warrior, thank you for the $30 super chat. Just for the pure love of the chat in your channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is ridiculous. They still talking about lawn care. This is ridiculous. They are still talking about lawn care. Now, I guess they're voting on if they want to put a bid out there. I don't know. We need to seek multiple vendors. Okay, this is what you should have did 3 months ago. What was the whole hoopla about paying this guy? Y'all should have did this 3 months ago. Why are you doing stuff ass backwards?
So you can pick all, is what he just stated, and you can negotiate those to 35.
Yeah.
It's up to them to accept it.
Well, no, as far as the motion to approve tonight, if you're approving more than the two that are part of the motion, you're approving those, you're approving any proposed vendor at their amount of bid, if they're approved tonight. If they are not approved tonight, then the township could be directed to reach out to the non-selected bidders if they want to match the lowest responsible bid amount. And then they have the option to do so. They would all be notified in writing with the option to reduce their bid to the accepted bid amount to be able to then participate.
So just explain that a little better. Well, I shouldn't say better. Excuse me. I'm sure you went the wrong way, so you know better than I did. So where it says and authorize the township and its attorney to negotiate a contract consistent with the award. So are we motioning to accept them and authorize that negotiation? And what does that negotiation then do? You can call them and then they can say they'll go down to the lowest bid. Do we have to vote for them again at that point or what?
No,
Yeah.
the motion is stated on the agenda, trustee, really just talks about the attorney being directed to finalize a contract that conforms with the bid documents, to enter into a contract between the township and the approved bidders in a contract that is consistent with the bid documents. Does that answer your question? This has nothing to do with bidders that would not be accepted by your motion.
So in other words,
Just make sure all your paperwork is in order.
What you
said, you said, is the insurance statement?
Oh, the one-
Wording
he
is
had answered that,
correctly,
yeah, he had answered
the
that.
money is correct,
So-
everybody understand everything. It's in the
You know,
10 years.
What gives us the opportunity, yes, to utilize all the vendors, including the one that it says no contractor proposal form enclosed, which means they didn't even get a dollar sign off.
Right, so procedurally what could happen is, assuming that your motion is approved tonight, where the two lowest responsive bidders are the only two that are approved tonight, what could happen is the township could reach out to those bidders that were not approved this evening, and they could be invited to reduce their amount of bid to the lowest amount, which is 35 per cut. And if they agree to do so, then the township could, at its next board meeting, approve a contract with each of them, or approve the agreement for them to be able to operate at that lower bid amount. Does that make sense?
Yes, and
It's 10:40, so I'm not speaking very well.
with the shoulders.
Maybe not.
I'm sorry. We already had established through the finance director that acceptance of contractors can be done up to $30,000. Does that still apply, Mr. Hunt, or do I ask the attorney that?
No, that's two different things.
Okay.
It don't have nothing to do with this.
Okay. All right, so I'm ready to vote on motion.
So your motion stands, or you amended it, or?
This thing.
Okay. Was it a second?
There was a second. That's why we're discussing.
Oh, who seconded? She said no. Who seconded?
What did you say?
For the line, for the line here.
If I
Trustee
did not
Carlisle
hear.
seconded the motion.
Okay. All right, call her up.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Ray Evers?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle? Supervisor Henyard?
Yes. All right, finally, yay. Supervisor report. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate you, for coming to see what Thornton Township does. It's a lot of great events that we do. We did National Bike Ride. It was dope. It was at Chest Ice Skating Rink. We started from there. We went throughout the community. Tons of people came out on their porches, waved, talked to us. It was very, very well attended as it relates to the residents showing us, along. 20% of Thornton Township, I think, or less, knew about getting services here. When I came on board, do you know over 80% of Thornton Township, they're ran all by men. One of them is my very own Dawson. So when people say things negatively about Thornton Township, helping down and doing stuff.
So Tiffany is with the blah 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 shish kumbah. That's what she's doing. She's gonna talk about how great she is, right? How she changed and made change, even though it was ran by men prior to her, and she's a woman and don't believe the hype, blah blah blah. Yeah, Yuck Folk Tube is this is alive and it's been going on for 2 hours, actually more than that. I think that stream I fast forwarded to the 45-minute mark. So they've been talking about lawn care for 3 hours. They've been talking about mowing line for 3 hours. Like, come on now. It's just, and it's really ridiculous because at the end of the meeting, they just went over approving contractors to mow the line. So what the hell were we talking about before? I guess somebody mowed the line prior to them getting a board approved. So why you knew you was going to have grass in April? Why wouldn't you get the board approved or put an RFP in February or January? Because grass grows every year. It's not going to change. Why wouldn't you do that? So have you noticed? Let me go back on this website. I went to the Thornton Township has changed their website. They made sure that they listed our RFQ and RFP. This was not on there prior. This was not on there prior. Financial reports were not, it wasn't available. Now you have financial reports. Now they're not going to give you like credit card lists or something, anything like that. I'm assuming this was budgeted. These are not actuals. I'm assuming maybe they are. They have some old stuff in here from 2022, and then you have some new stuff in here. So budgeted, not actuals. You think they would put the actuals on there, but I'm not for sure. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. And they changed their website slightly. I just want to cruise Dalton politics page. Paul Roberts wrote last night when I was trying to tell everyone about the disastrous budget Tiffany is trying to pass. I received some treatment at Zog, the extraterrestrial message Kurt Vonnegut described here. As for the story itself, it's entitled The Dancing Fool. Okay, he's making whatever. He doesn't like the budget. Somebody posted former Illinois lawmaker sentenced to 1 year in federal prison for tax offenses. I got to read into that. I don't know who that is. Long criminal record, 2 high school, 1 long criminal record, high school diplomas, multiple prior bankruptcies, federal indictment for fraud, chief administrator in charge of millions of taxpayers' dollars. That's Keith Freeman. Keith the Freeman. Tiffany Henyard, summa cum laude. She graduated summa cum laude from Robert Morris University. A business. She's standing on business. She's standing on business. I could just imagine Tiffany here, you're talking about, I'm standing on business. What's the name of that shoe horse that be selling? What's the name of it? Horseshoe or something? What? People are so crazy. You can't verify Robert Morris University information because they closed down. Yeah, this university is closed. Somebody put what's happening to Dalton and Thornton Township is just awful. I have never seen a leader with such low class in my life. I've been interested in local politics for years and have been following all the updates. I personally think Tiffany is Val's self-absorbed master manipulator. And it's really sad and upsetting to me because she's over a few areas that have struggled in recent years. And she promised to make things better, but they aren't. It's all a farce. She only cares about herself. Last night, when she flipped out on Carmen for asking a simple question, she clearly shows everybody that she only cares for herself. And the 4 trustees who questions her at Dalton have been great in their roles. And finally, the majority of the township trustees are seeing what the Dalton trustees have stated for months. Keep fighting. Yeah, I agree with this statement. They've already knew what was going on. They never gave her pushback because they were scared of her, but they're more scared of the FBI. These people had to testify in front of the grand jury. I don't know if I think Carmen Carlisle was subpoenaed because she crossed over. I think she's pulling 2 salaries too. She's getting money from Dalton and these people, Thornton Township. Look at Tiffany. I told you Tiffany, I don't know if this is this an old picture? The time Big Tiff wanted some of that hee. Yeah, I need to stop it. And they're talking about her events. Dalton and Thornton never give up, never surrender. The FBI has a long list of knock knock is coming. Okay. Let's see what Tiffany Henyard's been up to lately. She's posted with her boyfriend and her little baby. And of course, she's talking about God. OMG, God been talking to me tonight. Check this out. She's always posting spiritual messages. And this is her birthday. You can't hear her, the music too loud. But, you know, she had several celebrations on Juneteenth, Father's Day picnic, all that good stuff. So the night bike ride. I hear nobody showed up for that. And she had the ice rink. I thought they renamed the ice rink. I thought that's what they were going to do, but apparently they didn't. She's saying she was out there with people, but there ain't nobody out there. So just her. Anywho, that's it. That's all I got to talk about Tiffany. I'm tired of talking about Tiffany. Let me get to some of your chats. It says, unfortunately, Tiffany is the future of local politics in America. Yeah, people are going to continue to vote people in like Tiffany. Tiffany, she cool, she down with us, so they're going to vote her in, you know. Tiff went to criminal clown college. Yes. Don't like that dress at all. I didn't like it, but I didn't want to say anything about it. But yeah, I didn't care too much for it either. And unfortunately, she's wearing it. That's what I say. I never met Tiffany in person, but I'm assuming that she's pretty short. That dress was too big for her, to me. I think she should have had something else on. Anyway, she got those same bikes from the cancer ride. You're right. That the township paid for. Why do every outfit she wears looks like a picture from the doctor's office? Pull up, shorty. Think about it. Nobody wanted the job in the beginning. Are we talking about the Thornton Township job? No, you know what? That Thornton Township job, they wanted that job because it paid $225,000, but they could never appoint somebody that the majority of the trustees agreed on. So I think Tiffany was the third or fourth vote. The people that they had in mind, a lot of the trustees didn't agree on them. I think that's what you're talking about. Just like a big time drug dealer, she will have a short time in the sun. Yep. She named the ice rink after her daughter. She's not going to change it. Yeah, I know it's named after her daughter, but I thought in one of the meetings they were saying that she decided to change the name. I'm not for sure. Maybe I just made that up in my head, hoping that she would change the name. Anywho, you guys, really, really appreciate every single last one of you. And we'll be signing off. Like we've been going for 3 hours. So make sure you like and subscribe and share this video. I am sending all my good to you. I will talk to you soon.